In the heart of Kawanda, Wakiso district, one man's compassion turned into a mission to rescue the forgotten, to restore hope, and to make a child smile again. In a world that often forgets the vulnerable, one man transformed. Through Make a Child Smile, Sembatia Alex continues to prove that entrepreneurship is an act of service. He started small, with faith and compassion, and turned it into a mission that transforms lives every day. To every entrepreneur, remember, real change begins with one step and one heart willing to make a difference.
From Makerere University Business School, and I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in business administration.
Okay.
And we are carrying out a project about entrepreneurs, and we chose you to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
We'd like to ask you some questions, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And we'll start with knowing about you.
Well, my name is Alex Sembatia, and I am the CEO of Make a Child Smile. Where you are right now is our offices. We started Make a Child Smile in 2015 with the vision after seeing a lot of children vulnerable, and they were going through a lot of things, like horrible things like child sacrifice, if you know about it. So we realized that we really had to be a voice to those children that cannot speak for themselves, especially victims of child sacrifice. That's why we started with the vision of making children smile. Yeah.
Okay, so was this your initial plan?
Usually, sometimes we will not go with the initial plan or what we want to do, but basically this was, I think, passion. Sometimes it goes with passion. Most of the things that we do or start, it starts with passion, and not with money, not with anything, but the passion that you have within you, it actually what drives you to the next level.
Okay, so passion is one thing that influenced you to start this business.
Yeah, it is the passion to help children.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, who is your role model?
Well, I have this gentleman. I may not mention his name, but I can mention one. His name is Michael. I may not mention the other names, but he's Michael. This is the guy probably I grew up with. He was not in any, we had no age difference. We're almost the same age. And this is the guy who chose in that time to help children. Of course, we chose different paths, and I decided to go out because I was in the military by then. So I decided to go and do my part as a military person. I decided to go as a humanitarian person, and I started an NGO, which was basically helping children. So when I came back to Uganda, I joined him basically with the passion of also to help children. And I went there as a private investigator on cases of human trafficking. So after that, I started loving what he's doing. And because I was the investigator by then, I interacted with a lot of children who were actually going through a lot of things that pushed me basically to, I was like, as if I was not giving in my full, because there's a way you are working with for someone, but you cannot really, you cannot exhibit, you cannot give in your whole self because of the limitation in that regard. So basically, I realized that I was not giving much service to what I can, to my capacity. So I decided to start my own. But my role model was him. Because of what he was doing, he made me love serving children.
That's impressive. What are the crucial factors that have helped to sustain this business?
Well, like I said, it's always passion that starts with everything, and then learn. Sometimes we tend to think that we know much, we know everything, but the more you offload and upload new ideas, it's what actually sustains the business to make it moving. Basically, we always do bring in new ideas because everything get fed. But whenever something is fading away, you try to relearn. I'm a Christian who believes that you always renew your mind every day. Now, it is the same thing applies to the business sector, that you bring in new ideas, you offload and upload. So we always learn so that we can go forward. So what helps us basically to sustain this NGO or to move forward is to bring in new ideas, new structures, new strategies to make sure that those things actually helps us to move forward. Yeah.
So I'm interested. I want to know,
is
there a hard case you've worked on about human trafficking and it pushed you to like giving up on this business?
Yeah. Yeah, basically there are so many cases that I can mention, but at least to mention, there's this one particular case where a girl of 14 years, I think 13 or 14 years, was brutally raped. After being raped, she was cut in the head and they drained blood from her. They thought she's dead. They threw her in the garden. And they called me late in the night and they told me, Alex, you need to come and see the two bodies, because there were two. One was killed instantly and then one, they thought she's also dead. They threw her in the garden and they called me. They said, Alex, you need to come here. It was about 2 a.m, late in the night. And they said, Alex, you need to come and see there are two bodies here. They have been killed. So I went there. I took this girl to the hospital. I didn't have money, but I used all that I had, and I took the girl to the hospital. The one who was dead, it was evident that she's dead. But this particular one, she wasn't breathing, yes, but she could show hope. I always move with hope. So I told them, take her to the hospital and let it be declared by the doctors that she's dead. After like about 2 or 3 weeks, she was in a coma. Then she came back to life. And when she came back to life, that traumatized me, because whenever she could narrate what happened, that thing never gotten away from me. And the fact that even the suspects or the predators, we call them predators, even the predators that they moved free. They were never convicted in court and all that. That really discouraged me, and I felt like I think I need to get this out of my mind. Because what usually happens to us as frontiers is that we get traumatized from these cases. Another case that maybe I can remember and I felt like this is too much. It was a case of 2 girls. This particular lady, she had 2 twins, and she went to the witch doctor, and the witch doctor told her that, you know what, in order for you to get money, you need to sacrifice your 2 twins. And she got a knife and she cut off the neck or the heads of the kids. And I saw that, I was just dreaming about blood every day. And that really made me feel like I think I'm in the wrong place. But just because of the passion, like I said, sometimes it keeps me stay.
So, that is traumatizing. Yeah. So, But do you have any internal challenges facing your business?
Yeah, basically the internal challenges that we might be facing is, there are two. One on the side of financial part of it. It's really a challenge, and one is within us, where we know as we do this business, we are creating enemies. Actually, if you don't know, that we are creating enemies in the way that the predators that are actually doing these things, like the human trafficking thing, the sacrifice, the children sacrifice thing. These are people that actually you're putting in prison behind bars. So just know, by the time you know it, they also come back for you. So it's like we have a lot of enemies within our field, which I myself believe that that's not the factor that actually can deter me from doing this business, because I believe that my death can only be determined by God. That's why I'm still moving forward.
Okay, so what opportunities are rising in Uganda that can help you grow your business that you know of, that you've spotted?
I think, like I said, it's basically you just need to know to change the strategies. Like I always give example when you're doing agriculture. You need to know the good soil that you're going to use. So when that soil gets old, you need to find out how you can actually make it better in order to get results. So the opportunity that I can only see is changing strategies. That is the only thing. Uganda has money, but it only gets money to someone who is ready. So what we do, or what I do, is basically I'm getting ready. I'm getting myself in a position where things can find me ready. Yeah.
So after setting up this business, what are I'll call them the good things, the nice things that have happened to you ever since you started this business?
Well, in this business, I can be honest. I can be honest that I'm not that educated like any other person. I think whatever I'm doing it by God, by God's grace. And I am, like I said, sometimes I've realized you might be having a lot of books. You might have gone to Makerere, you have pursued bachelor's, master's, and all that. But it all starts with your passion. The passion you have towards something is what drives you. So what I've got into this is a lot. I have built myself, I have driven cars, I have traveled, I have built my houses. I'm doing well, even more better than those who actually have degrees and masters. So, and it have actually helped me to interact with elite people. Like even some of my workers, they have degrees. Oh. Yeah, in fact, if you don't have a degree, you don't work for me.
Wow.
Yeah, because I realize that what we need is excellency. Mm. The only way we can have excellency is to have the people that actually can make it happen. So I've really gotten so many friends who are on that level. They have made me better. When I look at myself and I project where I've come from and where I am much more better, and I believe to be more better than where I am right now. Yeah.
So, Mr. Sembatia Alex, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for interacting with us, and we hope you get the best from this project.
Yeah. One thing I can probably maybe tell you is that in this life, as you you're about to get now to the field as we are, you just need to find out how do you start something. Small as it might be, you start. The biggest problem with everyone in the world is failing to start. Start as small as it is, and then believe in the growth of what you've started. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Naga Linda from Group 34. And what I learned from our entrepreneurship findings is that entrepreneurship doesn't necessarily have to be about profit making. It can also be about giving back to the community, especially with our subject. He took a route of entrepreneurship where he didn't expect anything, but he had his heart in the right place, and that means he had passion for giving back to the community. And once that passion kicked in, he literally went ahead to make this school and literally give back to the community, and the profit came after. Because you know what? When the community sees what you're doing for other people, they would want to invest in you, and I believe that is a very nice form of entrepreneurship. Thank you very much.
In a world where people pursue profit, Alex chose the peace, transforming pain into hope and giving vulnerable lives to make it in.
Born and raised in Uganda, Alex's early life was not a privilege. With limited education, only at primary 7, he pursued a diploma in ministry, where his faith and compassion deepened.
In 2015, driven by the rising cases of child and human trafficking in his community, he founded Make a Child Smile, an NGO that rescues, rehabilitates, and integrates survivors of trafficking into society.
Through this organization, Alex has become a beacon of hope, proving that true entrepreneurship goes beyond business. It's about identifying a problem, taking risks, and creating solutions that transform lives.
Mr. Alex continues to expand his vision, creating new projects, employing skilled personnel, and is dreaming of building a school for the rescued children, give them education and a better future.
From the interaction with Mr. Sembata Alex, we learned that leadership through compassion inspires others to join and support for our cause. Human trafficking is illegal and punishable by law.
In conclusion with Mr. Alex, we learned that networking and collaboration are vital for the growth, especially in social enterprises, and innovation in service delivery, such as creating a school for the rescued children, can strengthen long-term sustainability. Thank you.
To every young entrepreneur, remember real change begins with one step and one heart willing to make a difference.
Make a child smile.